Welcome to Demolition Worker today. We travel to the year 2055 to witness futuristic train dismantling processes. In this final episode of our train series, we explore how Hyperloop pods and magnetic levitation trains are completely destroyed. Look at this massive retired magnetic levitation train resting inside the glowing high-tech facility waiting for its final moment. By the mid-21st century, traditional scrapping methods became entirely obsolete, replaced by atomic-level restructuring and zero waste. Gone are the days of heavy cranes and hydraulic shears tearing metal apart with loud noises and dangerous flying debris. Instead, we now use artificial intelligence systems and microscopic robots to silently disassemble these massive vehicles down to their atoms. The demolition sequence begins as automated scanner drones fly around the Hyperloop pod to analyze its complex structural integrity completely. These glowing blue lasers map every single molecule of the ultra-strong carbon composite hull to plan a perfect breakdown. The central artificial intelligence processes trillions of data points instantly, calculating the most efficient way to dissolve this massive machine. Once the structural scan is successfully completed, the containment field activates, surrounding the entire train in a bright, shimmering shield. This glowing purple energy barrier ensures that not a single atom escapes during the intense molecular deconstruction process happenings inside. Suddenly, millions of silver nanobots are released from the ceiling vents, descending upon the train like a sparkling metallic cloud. These microscopic machines land softly on the sleek exterior surface, immediately beginning their microscopic work on the tough composite armor. They do not cut or smash the materials. Instead, they carefully detach the molecular bonds, holding the outer shell together. Watch closely as the shiny white paint of the Hyperloop pod slowly fades away, turning into a fine glowing mist. The nanobots work in perfect synchronization, communicating through light signals to strip away the outer layers with incredible mathematical precision. Within moments, the entire aerodynamic shell of the train dissolves into floating particles, revealing the complex internal magnetic propulsion engines. These massive levitation engines once propelled the train at thousands of miles per hour through the underground vacuum tube networks. To dismantle these heavy magnetic cores, the facility deploys specialized energy beams from the robotic arms mounted on the walls. Bright orange plasma beams strike the engine blocks, instantly superheating the advanced alloys without producing any harmful smoke or fire. The intense directed energy causes the solid metal to bypass the liquid phase entirely, sublimating directly into pure ionized gas. The glowing gas is immediately captured by the magnetic containment field, preventing any valuable rare earth elements from being lost. Now the interior passenger cabin is fully exposed, showing the luxurious smart glass windows and the comfortable carbon fiber seats. A new swarm of specialized nanobots floods the cabin, targeting the synthetic fabrics and advanced polymers covering the interior surfaces. The beautiful seats seem to melt away like ice under a warm sun, transforming into a swirling vortex of atoms. The smart glass windows, designed to withstand extreme atmospheric pressures, are easily shattered into microscopic dust by high-frequency sound waves. Acoustic resonance emitters vibrate the glass at exactly the right frequency, turning the transparent panels into a harmless, shimmering powder. Every single component inside the train is being systematically broken down, leaving absolutely no unused scrap metal or plastic waste. This is the ultimate realization of the zero-waste philosophy, where every demolished object becomes the foundation for something new. The glowing cloud of disassembled atoms is carefully sorted by the artificial intelligence into distinct elemental groups for immediate reuse. Titanium atoms are separated from carbon molecules, while copper and gold particles are neatly organized into floating spheres of light. It looks like a beautiful cosmic dance, with brightly colored elements swirling around the empty space where the train stood. Next, the heavy undercarriage of the train must be addressed, featuring the massive superconducting magnets that enabled frictionless high speeds. Demolishing these highly volatile superconductors requires extreme precision, as a single mistake could trigger a massive uncontrolled release of energy. The robotic arms switch to a specialized cooling beam, freezing the supermagnets down to absolute zero to prevent explosions. Once completely frozen, a gentle sonic pulse shatters the brittle magnetic cores into millions of tiny, perfectly safe crystalline fragments. The nanobots rush in to consume these frozen crystals, digesting the complex magnetic materials and breaking them into basic elements. We are witnessing the absolute peak of industrial demolition technology, where destruction and creation happen simultaneously in perfect, beautiful harmony. Half of the massive Hyperloop train has already vanished, replaced by a mesmerizing storm of glowing elemental dust floating gracefully. The facility's central computer constantly monitors the atomic harvest, ensuring that exactly 100% of the material is recovered. Let us focus on the train's main quantum computer brain, the complex navigation system that guided millions of passengers safely. Dismantling this quantum core requires a delicate touch, as the microscopic processors hold incredibly valuable synthetic diamond and silicon structures. Micro laser cutters slice through the computer housing with surgical precision, exposing the glowing quantum chips to the robotic extractors. Tiny mechanical tweezers carefully pluck the valuable quantum processors from the motherboard, saving them intact for future software upgrade installations. The remaining silicon boards are quickly vaporized by a quick flash of ultraviolet light, turning them into pure silicon dust. The efficiency of this futuristic demolition process is truly mind-blowing, taking only minutes to destroy a massive transportation vehicle. In the past, breaking down a train of this size would take dozens of workers, several weeks of dangerous labor. Now the entire process is completely automated, safely controlled by a single human overseer sitting in a comfortable control room. Through the control room window, the operator watches the beautiful destruction unfold, sipping coffee while the artificial intelligence does everything. The final section of the train is the massive rear thruster, a complex piece of engineering built to withstand heat. To break down this heat-resistant thruster, the facility uses a concentrated beam of antimatter particles to dissolve it. Antimatter beam silently erases the thick metal plating, converting the heavy thruster directly into pure, clean electrical energy. This generated energy is immediately fed back into the facility power grid, making the entire demolition process completely self-sustaining. The train is literally powering its own destruction, a perfect closed-loop system that leaves zero carbon footprint behind today. Only the bare skeletal frame of the Hyperloop pod remains now, glowing red-hot as the final nanobots consume it. The skeletal structure slowly collapses inward, silently melting into the glowing atomic cloud that now fills the entire containment field. The magnificent futuristic train, once a proud symbol of human engineering, has been completely erased from physical existence in minutes. But this is not the end of the story for these materials, because in 2055, nothing is wasted. The massive atomic cloud begins to compress, forced together by the powerful electromagnetic fields generated by the facility wall projectors. The floating spheres of pure elements are guided toward a massive three-dimensional printer located at the end of the room. This giant molecular printer will use the harvested atoms to immediately construct a brand new machine right here and now. We watch in absolute awe as the glowing particles are precisely injected into the printer bright shining energy matrix grid. Layer by microscopic layer, a new structure begins to form from the recycled remains of the old magnetic levitation train. The titanium atoms bond with the carbon molecules once again, creating an even stronger composite material for the future generation. This continuous cycle of destruction and immediate creation represents the ultimate triumph of human technological progress and environmental sustainability efforts. The glowing energy field slowly powers down, revealing a completely empty space where the massive train stood just minutes ago. That remains is a neatly organized stack of pure material blocks ready to be shipped to manufacturing plants worldwide. It is incredibly fascinating to see how far the demolition industry has evolved since the early days of wrecking balls. We have moved from loud, messy, and dangerous scrapyards to silent, clean, and perfectly efficient atomic restructuring facilities like this. The nanobots, having finished their incredible work, return to their charging stations in the ceiling, waiting for the next job. The laser drones fly back to their docking bays, powering down their glowing blue scanners after a perfectly executed mission. The robotic arms retract into the reinforced concrete walls, completely hiding the immense destructive power they just displayed so beautifully. The heavy blast doors of the facility slowly open, preparing to welcome the next retired Hyperloop pod for atomic dismantling. Another massive train rolls into the glowing chamber, ready to undergo the exact same beautiful process of microscopic molecular deconstruction. This endless cycle ensures that our futuristic cities will never be cluttered with the rusting remains of obsolete transportation technologies. We have finally conquered the problem of industrial waste, transforming garbage into pure potential through the magic of advanced science. The beauty of this process lies in its absolute perfection, leaving no trace of the original object except raw materials. As we conclude this incredible series on trains, we hope you have enjoyed this journey through the history of demolition. From the rusty steam locomotives of the 19th century to the atomic deconstruction of magnetic levitation trains of the future, we have witnessed the evolution of human engineering, both in how we build machines and how we tear them apart. The demolition industry will always be a crucial part of our progress, clearing the old to make way for tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on this explosive and fascinating adventure through the most impressive scrapyards and futuristic dismantling facilities. We have explored crushing machines, explosive charges, giant hydraulic shears, and now microscopic robots tearing apart complex molecular material bonds. The future of demolition is clean, silent, and incredibly efficient, ensuring our planet remains beautiful while our technology rapidly advances. Channel will continue to bring you the most satisfying and educational destruction content available anywhere on the entire internet. Stay tuned for our next series where we will explore the extreme demolition of deep-sea underwater cities and submarines. We will dive into the crushing pressures of the ocean to see how massive structures are safely dismantled underwater soon. Until then, keep wondering about the massive machines around you and how they will eventually be broken down into pieces. Always remember that every act of destruction is simply the very first step in a beautiful new process of creation. Thank you for watching this amazing series. Please subscribe to Demolition Worker for more incredible videos. See you next time.